Big Trev coming at you again here. And today we're going to talk about the Geico 500 from Talladega. The analysis of the race, excuse me there. Tell you what, it was wild. Typical restrictor plate race. It was the early to mid stages were kind of, I don't want to say boring, but they were kind of, there's a couple, one car incidents. It wasn't too eventful. Of course, you had the stage winners of Brad Keselowski won stage 1, Denny Hamlin won stage 2. Ricky Stenhouse did start on the pole, and he was the eventual race winner. There were 8 cautions and 1 red flag. The main thing was a big wreck with 20 laps to go, and they had to stop the field because AJ Allmendinger and Chase Elliott were involved, and AJ's car was stuck on his roof, and they wanted to take the special precautions of getting him out of the car without the field going by with the pace car. So, and I've noticed that lately NASCAR's been using more of the red flag when the big wreck happens, and I feel like it's also good because it doesn't eat away as many laps as it was at these big tracks due to extended caution. So I do applaud that. The use of a red flag is definitely something that we need. So let's see. We had lots of lead changes. We had 26 of them among 14 drivers. Kyle Busch led the race high, 48 laps. There's only 23 cars on the lead lap. 14 cars were out, and that big wreck I was just talking about took 18 of them, but only 4 of those cars were able to continue on. I believe Landon Castle had a transmission issue towards the end or something on the lines of that. And then another story coming this morning. Eric Almirola failed post-race inspection, and there will be a possible suspension. Suspension is possible for crew chief Drew Blickensderfer. So we'll have to see what pans out with that. Last week after Richmond, Joey Logano he lost his crew chief Todd Gordon for 2 races, and his race win was encumbered or did not count towards the playoffs due to a trailing arm infraction that attaches to the rear axle. So they had issues there. Some people had said that accused the 22 of cheating and that kind of stuff, but I don't think there's really any cheaters in the series, if you really want me to be honest. Trying to gain an extra edge, maybe they tweaked something back there, but now everybody in the garage area is going to be wondering when someone's at the rear of the car what they're actually doing. So really not too much more I've got. I'm going to keep this one a little short. Again, Talladega was crazy. It's one of my favorite tracks, Talladega and Daytona. And it's not because of the wrecks. I like to see that good close racing, 3-4 wide. I mean, that's true talent. No one else in the world could drive like that and not crash. But when you get down to the closing stages of the race, the big one is inevitable to happen. So it's just one of those cases. You get down to 30 laps to go or 25 laps to go, with the restart, and it's like Larry McReynolds says, you got to reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time, because you never know what's going to happen. And you're really reliant on your spotter at the track and making sure you make the right moves. And Ricky Stenhouse, I cannot believe Ricky Stenhouse won. That's his first career win. Congratulations to him and his team. Danica Patrick was also in victory lane. In case you don't know, Ricky Stenhouse is Danica Patrick's boyfriend. So, and with this whole, I thought for sure Kyle Busch was going to do it, but this again shuts out Joe Gibbs Racing, and they have not won a race so far. So this is the longest streak since 2008 that this has happened. But everything comes and goes in streaks, so we'll have to see what happens from through the rest of the season. I have a feeling Kansas is going to be good for them. Charlotte's a good track for those guys. So, and speaking of Kansas, that's our next race. Kansas will be Saturday night under the lights on FS1 or streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Really don't have much else for you, but it was one heck of a crazy race, and I'm very glad that that Dale Jr. didn't get caught in the big one to put a note on Talladega, or to put an end on it rather. So, but that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed my analysis of the Geico 500, and again, Saturday night under the lights on Fox Sports 1. And I'll be back next week. And by the way, happy Mother's Day to all those moms out there.